You can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Kennedy Nzechukwu takes on Martin Buday this Saturday on the main card of UFC Fight Night. Two big boys going to be, slinging leather in this one. Kennedy Nzechukwu recently moving up to heavyweight after spending a lot of time at light heavyweight. Been in the UFC since 2018, coming off of Dana White's Contender Series. Seen a lot of success at light heavyweight. Very rangy guy, very big, especially for 205. Carries a lot of power, has a lot of knockouts. Saw himself getting a few losses, not to the best people. Nikolai Negumariano is not a terrible loss by split decision. Got TKO by Dawoon Jung, triangle choke by Paul Craig. Lost to Dustin Jacoby, which I can understand that fight, but then losing to Ovince St. Preux by split decision. Old man Ovince St. Preux, who is 41 years old. Very lackluster performance on that one. So he decided to move up to heavyweight to not have to cut as much weight anymore. Got a KO against Chris Barnett. And then recently coming off of a knockout of Lucas Dresky back in December. Martin Buday, speaking of lackluster performances, coming off of a very mediocre fight with Andrei Arlovski where they just kind of hung out in the clinch the entire time. The ref had to constantly break it up. And just an all-around absolute snooze fest. Before that, he was fraud checked by Shamil Gaziev, who just put it on him, beating him up, got the takedowns, eventually got the standing TKO over him. So I'm going to have to go with Kennedy Nzechukwu in this one. I think that he has at least a modicum of fighting spirit, and he's somewhat talented in the heavyweight division, whereas Martin Buday is just another not good, unathletic, out-of-shape heavyweight. He has a lot of wins in the UFC, but it's against Josh Parisian, Jake Collier, Lucas Dresky, Chris Barnett. Like, you should be beating these guys. Those guys, that's not very good competition, and I think Kennedy Nzechukwu runs through those guys. If you're going to go to a split decision with 45-year-old Andrei Arlovski in June of last year and not really ever have him in danger, it's not exciting, you're not really landing any punches, it's hard for me to pick you against anybody in the UFC, let alone Kennedy Nzechukwu, who's an absolute killer since he's moved up to heavyweight. He's got the lighter man skill. He's going to be the bigger fighter in this one. I think he's got an 80-inch reach, 83-inch reach versus Martin Buday's 77, so he's going to have a 6-inch reach advantage, the talent advantage. Year younger, overall better fighter. I think Kennedy Nzechukwu puts him out in this one. I think he gets the KO. I think that he's actually got talent. I think that he can be a force in the UFC's heavyweight division. Huge frame, tons of power. Fights out of Fortis MMA, so a really good gym. Whereas Martin Buday, I just don't think he's very good. I think that he's kind of squeaked by some wins. Got some wins over some not so good guys. Has a lot of decent finishes on the regional scene, not against the best guys, but been kind of a decision machine since he's gotten into the UFC, other than getting a Kimura over Josh Parisian. So gonna go Kennedy Nzechukwu to win this one by KO. I imagine he's a pretty sizable favorite, because I feel like the only path to victory in this one is Martin Buday to get a takedown on him and to win it that way and control position and win rounds. But Nzechukwu's got like an 81% takedown defense rate, and I don't think that he's going to allow Martin Buday to get close to him to even get on his legs and shoot a takedown. So Kennedy Nzechukwu is a minus 290 favorite. I like that. I think it should be higher. I don't see a way for Buday to win this one, given his most recent performances. Hasn't fought since June of 2024, so coming up on 10 months-ish. Kennedy Nzechukwu just fought back in December, so getting right back in there. 2 back-to-back knockouts, has all the momentum. Fought before that in October, so he's coming off of 2 knockout wins since October, since he moved up to heavyweight, all in the first round. Didn't take any damage, so all the momentum's on his side. Everything's in his favor, so I'm going to go with Kennedy Nzechukwu to win this one by KO. Thanks.